Okay, so once again, good morning, everyone. So our topic for today, of course, is about case studies on web system development. And of course, when we say web development, especially this time, no, web development is evolving at a breakneck speed every passing year. No, so new website technologies are being discovered regularly as developers explore new ways of innovation. So if you are a business owners who use digital marketing, it's important to foresee these changes and adapt to them so that you can keep up with the competition and attract more customers. So to make it easier for us, we have to analyze the shift across industries in creating an ultimate web development. So at present, no, I think the top web development trends. So I think right now, no, the web development trends is the blockchain technology. No, we have the progressive web apps, IoT, accelerated mobile pages, no, yung AMP, no, voice search optimization, API first development, API powered chatbots, no, push notifications, content personalization with machine learning, motion UI, multi-experience, data security, micro front ends, virtual reality, of course, the serviceless architecture, cloud computing, no, single page application, JavaScript frameworks, automation testing, no, responsive website, dark mode, web assembly, no code, low code development, and augmented reality. So to give us more details about the topic, let us all welcome our presenter.
Hello. Yeah. Good morning, classmates, and good morning.
Good morning.
This morning I will be presenting the chapter 10 or subject matter, which is the case studies on web systems development. I will go through continuously on this presentation, and if any questions or any questions we would like to raise after this presentation, I will try to accommodate, and in case my answer is not sufficient to your knowledge, just share okay lang, mag-share ng thoughts and added comments for the benefits of all, and I'll try to present this as quick as possible. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. Case studies on web systems development. Yeah. First, I'll try to identify the difference of the internet and the World Wide Web. And this, just because this is the in connection with the brief history of evolution of web systems development. On the image on the right, you will see the development process. This is the very basic concept of web systems development, starting from requirements gathering and analysis, design, implementation and coding, integration testing, installation and development, up until maintenance. As you can see, it's a continuous process. Web systems development is a continuous process of the development process of web systems. The internet refers to the hardware, of course. The hardware network of computers. These are the physical copper connections, internet, DSL connections that you see. The wireless network, yung mga router, Wi-Fi, access points, which is governed by internet protocol. This refers to the infrastructure, cables you see on the post outside and up to incoming sa mga bahay. such as the DSL. So the World Wide Web refers to the software. No? These are the applications, no? Apps and softwares provided information that is passing through, no? Or use the medium of the internet network and hardware. So this refers to the files, folders, and documents stored in various computers, which is governed by HTTP protocol, no? Which is the 8080 for the unsecured, and 844 for the secured. Yeah, okay. In this chapter, we will present a complete development of the online property search system, no, as example. No? This is using the UML2 web synthesis tool. I will try also, no, to illustrate the automated generation of JSP-based architecture for a web system. So the JavaScript scripting platform. Okay. Figure 10.1, no, and 10.2, as you can see. So this illustrates a PIM use case diagram of property search as example, and also the class diagram of the property. So the constraints, no, the C1, the case 1, okay, is a minimum price. For example, no, this is the validations, must be at least 0 and less than or equal. So you see, we have customers, administrator, property search. So these customers, let's say, try to validate and access, no? So create users, get user matches. Ito yung mga property, no? Mga search validations na nasa criteria, as well as the administrators, no? For the list of users, list of properties, the location of the properties. So yeah. And the number 2 is okay. In these sections, you can see the user, no? The user strings and properties, and also the property, the property price, as the integer. This is the variable, representation, whether numeric, integer, variable, or characters. So for the property price, it should be integer. For the type, it should be string. Property area is string, alphanumeric characters. The property availability is Boolean. When you say Boolean, is attributed for the exact value that that a user or interface wants to achieve, such as yes or no, 1 or 2. If it is 1, yes. If it is 2, refers to no. Property bedrooms is integer, no? So well, how many bedrooms that a user trying to search, either 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, king size, yeah, or a double deck bedrooms. For the users, same, strings, for the username strings, which consists of alphanumeric, user email also, yeah. Minimum price, integer, area, strings, yeah. And okay, for the case 2, a property matches a user, a user's requirements. If its price is at the range, it's available, let's say, for example, you gahanap tayo ng bahay, for example, sa Facebook, so of course we still have we do still have a preferences of our own, so hindi naman tayo maghahanap ng hindi natin kayang out of budget sa atin. It's just like for example, there is a certain criteria when we are trying to illustrate, and identify those criteria, such as the price should be not less than our budget, and the size of the property is at least, let's say, for example, our preference is 60 square meters, yeah, and the location area is around, let's say, within your preferred areas or nearby your each locations. So these are the the sample type that is required in the validations. So for the operation use of figure 10.1, so we identify this as create user, creating users to define a new user and add it to this system. So this is when we are adding users or a number of users. So also the create property, this is to define a new property and add it to the list. Like for example, what type of property? It's a bungalow, townhomes, or a condo unit, or a single attached properties. And also list of users, to list all users in the system. So this refers to the systems that has been generated and saved to the database system. List property. These are the list of the properties available. Let's say, for example, that we have mentioned the property, searching database system. Ito yung mga nandito lahat, yung mga list of dito sinesearch, pinifilter and kina-criteria base doon sa search strings na in-input ng users for validations. And the get user matches, this get user matches string or code is to list all the properties that match a given user's requirements. Ito na yung results, yung get user matches is the results of the list that is being input by the users in relation to the search string to be performed and provided by the database system. The handshake of the information of the users try to tell to the system. So I like to search on this kind of type of properties and within this price. So in return, the database will try to search and sort out based on the criteria given by the user. So it will give back doon sa system. Let's say, for example, in a work form. So it will list down to you. One good example of this is when you're trying to search for a property like Amelia Homes. So when you type it it will give you a lot of information pertaining to Amelia Homes. But of course, digging deeper in the search, like inputting like a townhomes structures or a single attached, single detached, single attached. So it will further trim down the search criteria that the users will try to achieve and suffice. Data models needed to refine in this property system specification should be refined. Number one is the primary keys. Primary keys needs to be introduced for all entities to be persistent represented in the data repository of the system. So yeah, this is in line in connection with our ongoing subject with Dean Alain for the databases primary keys plays an important roles in identifying the key needed to be identified for the database system, especially for the when we are interrelating tables and databases. So primary key should be unique and identified and introduced to the all entities. Usually, let's say some properties. For example, the property code or the property code number should be unique. There should be the same property code will be the same across all the database system and table structure sets. And also explicit many associations need to be replaced by one to many associations. So yeah, Hello. Okay. So explicit now. So as we go further with our learnings, no, with related to the database systems and ERD. So we try to how to say this, discourage many to many, no, and encourage one to many associations. So this is in relation to database relationship when doing and designing database systems, specifically database and the table sets, and also the foreign keys. Foreign keys needed to be introduced in place of explicit many to one associations. Like for example, in one table you have the primary keys, but also when we are correlating to another tables, which we need to produce to suffice the relational database search criteria, we use this foreign keys, which is available to other table. So that is linkage of the database tables that we have. So for example, we have the property type, property name, property address, but also we want to specify the property descriptions, property amount, and others. So we are interlinkages between the primary keys and the foreign keys. And okay, next is the web systems generations. So here now you can see figure 10.4 shows the interaction sequence of the application, and figure 10.6 shows that the supplier clientship dependencies between property systems and components. So yeah, create properties, create users. So you have the list history, list property, list users, property, and property. So this is a different entity, so that is being in relation with our subject matter. So number one, Java classes. Java classes which generates web pages as HTML text. So HTML text, it's one of the web design script, specifically HTML. So these are the how to say this, the one of the pioneer of all this scripting language that is available during the early development of web systems and designs. And also Java servlets, which receives requests from these web pages and process them, returning either an error page if some errors has occurred in the input data or in processing, or the next page in the interaction sequence of the system. Also, number 3 is a database interface, which is used by the servlets to update and query the data table of the application. So we have the Java classes, HTML as example, as a text. So the Java servers, these are the web pages that process the series of web pages that process constitute these web systems, and a database. This refers to the backend, and this number 2 is the front end side. Okay, next is the interface component. So this gives the example as shown in the presentation. So the base page is HTML script of a web system, and the examples of script of a common background set color for the web system. So dito makikita nyo classmates, and this is the public class base page. So this is the landing page. This is the landing page of a example for the script of a web page system. So dyan makikita nyo, HTML page is equals to new HTML page. HTML page refers to the new page when you're typing, no, certain websites, like in a Google, no, if you're typing plmon.edu.ph, so it will gives you the home ground page, no, the home page of the PLMon. So this is the examples, no, declaration referring to the HTML. So the HTML head, so web systems. So yung makikita nyo web system na yan is nadudoon yan sa may taas ng how do you say this, the main menu bar, no. Let's say sa PLMon, makikita nyo rito is PLMon, pamantasan ng sa lupa. Ito naman is yung pagkakadeclare nito is makikita nyo lang is web system. So yan, we have the body. Although the declaration has a new HTML body, but it seems that this is a new HTML body only without any components. So yan, public strings, return page, HTML. So it's a landing page web page only, no? And dito naman sa kanan is kung makikita nyo merong additional, no, declaration, which is the public base, no. Yan, property search, yan. Okay, so ito once in-execute is pupunta siya sa okay, localhost means the local computer, no, under accessing under port 880, which executes the commands.html. So the command HTML is referring to this, no, but of course nagdagdag siya ng body, no, set attributes, which is the color is yellow. So once this script executes, so instead of plain coming here from dito is magkakaroon siya ng color yellow body, a whole color. So yan yung pinaka base example, no. This is a base web page, no, with the title of web system header of the web page. Dito naman is yung enhanced, no, that has been added property, no, for the color backgrounding. So dito kinol niya yung commands.html. So itong commands.html na to is ito yung kabuuan niya. So kinol niya yung procedure na to dito sa etong buo na to as commands.html, and nag-add siya ng body set attributes na which is the color of the background should be a yellow. So yun, I hope guys, no, medyo naintindihan natin. So it will be the base example of the build up creating a web page in the using HTML and call function. This is the call function. Okay. The base page of the system is defined by the class, no, as shown on the slide presentation previously, no? And well, this can be modified as required to construct, for example, a base background, no, which is yung kanina ginawa nating example or yellow, and it can be also in the form of image, no. If you want to add such as image, you can add an attributes, no, to the image itself, no. Of course, it is a different public, no, and script generations. Okay. So the commands.html. So this is the created HTML script, no, by command page. The create user.html is created by create user page. So dito kung makikita nyo, no, it is a sets of HTML commands which executes a different web pages, no, such as created property. So HTML list of users of HTML, So ito is mga components ito ng ginagawang websites. For example is the search property, no? So nandiyan yung users match, etong HTML na to, so kung saan nakapaloob sa kanya yung sets of criteria na pwedeng gawin, no, under this HTML HTML scripts na to. So list of properties, ito yung kinocall kapag ang users is gustong mamili, no, or tignan lahat ng list of properties available, lahat ng users, no. This is for the admin, let's say list of users, admin, so properties, yeah. Ito yung public class, no. Ito yung examples ng public class for the command page extensions. So ganyan yung pagkaka-declarations. So actually it's hard-coded, no. So kung sa sinasabi nila, no, hard-coded, no, the early stage of web systems development is medyo masyadong sabihin na natin matugo or talagang mano-mano or manual. Unlike nowadays, you have cascading star sheets and everything. So I think it's a very user interactive nowadays, no, wherein if you choose a tools or properties, a command that you can embed some of the scriptings, no, it will provide already to you. Hindi mo na kailangan gawin itong mga bit by bit. But of course, it is very important, no, especially to us, no, learning the base principle, no, and methods na dapat gawin, no, along the way with our creation of web systems. So, ito yung example, no, yung kanina yung nabanggit natin. No? Ito yung commands.html. So, ito yung sa kanina. Ito yung mga yan commands, create user, create properties, list of properties. Yan. So, ito na yung nabuo out of this example of public declaration and script coding. So, ito na siya. So, makikita yung create users, create properties, list users, list properties, get users. When you click on the each buttons will produce, no, or displays certain types of criteria based on this buttons information. So ayan, public class, XML, create users, yeah, post and submit. Ito na yung once the script has been executed, so it will produce this kind of user graphical user interface. Ito na yung pinaka-GUI niya na tinatawag. Yeah, again, these are the examples, no, yung mga criteria, declarations doon sa scripting. And when you click, no, create user, no, balikan natin ulit. This one. Let's say, for example, when you click this will show this kind of form wherein dun sa create user page.html is nakadefine na yung etong mga ito. So when you try to click and execute, eto na yung executed na sinasabi natin, no, na create doon sa create user page HTML. So eto yan. Isang HTML page na ito is may kabuoang kaukulang syntax or public say this out. Scripting. Ito, yan, katulad yan, scripting na binuo para lang dito sa createusers.html na yan. So kada isa nito is isang scripting page. Of course, the commands.html, ito yung pinaka-main. So naka-embed sa kanya itong mga properties, no, which represented in buttons. So ito na siya. So ito na siya. So under created users, no, well, the system provides user ID, username, user email. So these are the informations that needs to fill in for you to be able to create such a user. So yan. So again, itong isang web page HTML script na to is isa lamang components dito sa ginawa nating commands.html page, which is this. So kung makikita nyo, ito yung ito na yon, yung mga components na yan. Ito na yan, yung 5 na yan. Ayan na siya. So represented na siya dito. If you click toggle click dito sa mga buttons na ito, it will shows their respective web page that serves as their functions. Okay, 10.4 refers to the servlets. Servlets, okay, these are referring to Java, Java JSP servlets scripting a command also. So kung sa mga hindi familiar, so ganito yung example ng scripting under Java. Most well, the format and method is most likely with HTML, but of course the declaration and syntax are different with each other now. Yeah. So this of course if we want to use Java and JSP, also the servlets, we need to know how to formally and how to say this, how to properly declare the exact syntax that are needed to execute and display such command. Okay. Last is the database. So etong database form list na ito is represented by the backend. Ito na yung mga examples ng mga datas na in-input natin doon sa previous page na display natin, kung saan meron tong create users, list of properties, so nag-add tayo ng mga yon. Ito na yung examples, so the database, ito yon. Yeah, ito yung mga datas na yan. So this figure 10.9, the examples of list properties, ito yon. And 10.10 is the result of get users matches. Ito yung criteria na hinahanap ng isang users doon sa list of search property systems na pinobide ni database base doon sa users criteria. And these are the whole, ito yung lahat, referring sa lahat ng walang criteria. Ito yon, nililist niya lahat. But if the user has a users match filter criteria, let's say the property price is around 9,000, so it will be displayed like this. Ayan. Ano ba? Yes. Okay. Here you can see the SQL prepared statement example. Okay. This script and syntax uses SQL scripting, specifically the select asterisk. Select asterisk from properties. So select asterisk is how to say, injection statement ito ni SQL para doon sa criteria when we are searching and filtering criteria such as property price, property area, property available. So ito yung scripting and command na example declarations. So ito, let's say ito yung scripting and syntax na ginamit, which is ito yung kinalabasan. Doon sa list of properties, ito yung lahat. But when a user types a user criteria, which is katulad ng nasabi ko, for example, property should be 9,000 lang, around 9,000 or up to 10,000. Ito yung inilabas ng system just because yan lang yung available na most likely match doon sa search criteria ng users, na kung saan ito yung list, current list of properties available. So around 9,000 to 10,000. And since the system, the database systems has this data only, it will show this one data record only, which is the property ID is number 2. The price is 9,500 and has a property bedroom of 2. So, yung classmate, yan yung examples ng syntax. Hindi ko na i-broad yung so binigay ko lang yung mga example syntax and scripting properties and declarations na kinakailangan para doon sa pag-build ng isang example ng web database system. Okay, that concludes my presentation. Any question, classmates, that you want to raise? Yeah, hello.
Okay, so thank you very much, sir, for your well comprehensive discussions of the topic was assigned to you. Okay, so again, it is important as an IT practitioners that we need to look into different web system development. No, as what I mentioned earlier during the introduction, that of course right now we need to be more, of course, knowledgeable on how we'll be able to maintain, and to keep abreast with the artificial intelligence, when it comes to the future of web development, because again, in the coming days, it is presumable that the role of artificial intelligence will become wider than ever, in the world of websites. So it cannot be denied that AI will be the future of web development, as this space has developed at a higher speed. Currently, many leading companies have launched AI specific. In addition, GERD is one of the most sought after AI implementations that permits content specific website development in no time. Furthermore, the launch of ADI tools has allowed automated website development, which can be customized further according to the web developer. So the two common examples of AI systems are Apple's Siri and Google's Alexa. Have features of recognizing human speech, analyzing it by tracking patterns, and offering a better user experience. And one another example of the fastest growing AI trend is speech recognition. So it plays an essential role and an indispensable part in revolutionizing the mobile and website development world. So gradually, big names such as Facebook, Microsoft, Google are investing a large amount of money in artificial intelligence. Therefore, web developers should include features and functionality developed by AI. It will bring radical changes into the domain of web development. Another thing, of course, in 2021 until now, there are certain survey that by Statista, there will be around 32 billion connected devices in 2021. And the huge growth in the number of IoT devices will positively impact the web development process, because companies tend to manage this okay, so of course, as I mentioned, companies tend to manage these devices via laptop or desktop. So in addition, the integration of devices will with the website also plays an important role in bringing better services to customers. Let's say, for example, IoT can be used to analyze fitness bands or smartwatches, and they can track all activities of the users, like tracking sleep, nutrition, and optimization, and optimize actually the health goals by storing the information over the cloud. So while only a few websites have an IoT integration currently, the concept will continue to focus on the near future as the number of connected devices will gradually increase. Another is the virtual reality, no? So over the past few years, virtual reality has been one of the most determined elements that have had a positive impact on the future of web development, no? So web developers, nagbisaya ba, have made full use of virtual reality to implement the top traits of technology to bring their users a stimulating environment, no? So the websites equipped with virtual reality can permit the users to enjoy the 3D world in real time and have engagement with it. Several famous organizations, no, are looking for web developers with adequate skills in virtual reality that can be implemented in their business models, no? And this can offer their clients to engage virtually with their products, which can increase general customer satisfaction. Another is the 360-degree video, no? One of the most sought after skills that are found by almost all organizations worldwide is the ability to create a 360-degree video, no? Because it can support the development of a website by offering an interactive and enhanced UI, no, design. So it designs, or it brings the users a virtual experience, a product that is easy to describe and explain. If the designers have prior experience in virtual reality, they have, or they can have, more opportunities to create 360-degree video to increase customer engagement. At hindi natin pwedeng makaila na voice command is also an important, because voice command is expected to be a trend of the future of web development. Nowadays, users can use voice commands to control their smartphones, TV screens, laptops, or tablets. So in comparison with the past few years, technology has improved a lot, no? The users can easily call an Uber driver just with a voice command instead of doing a lot of acts with the application. So this can be used by the website developers to improve the customer experiences. And many organizations believe that it would be one of the most essential aspects of the evaluation of technology that will find pace in the new, or in the next few years. No, maybe looking forward that somebody from your group could able to create or to propose in your capstone project, no, a website or a web development with voice command. Looking forward, no, let's say for example your capstone 1 and capstone 2, no, I really admire, no, for those who wanted, of course, to consider the voice command. Then another thing is the more appreciation for web standards, no. In the past, it is used to be difficult to sell customers on the role of valid and semantic code. However, with the development of technology, there are many devices and browsers on the market. So therefore, the standards have become more and more important to produce interoperable and flexible products. So with the support from web browsers, no, to open web standards, the coders can be able to work with website regulations well, no? Therefore, a website developer so focused on compliant code can benefit from this trend. Another is the code injection exposure. These days, as many applications offer the user comments and feedback with the support of forms, there are some common ways to add a malware code injection. And let's say, for example, no, if the applications do not prevent the user from adding a minimum number of characters into the login form and allow the user of characters, it will be easy for the attacker, or for the attacker to add the code into the form for accessing all data of the server. Another one that we need to also to consider in web system development, of course, is the motion user interface, or the motion UI. The motion user interface is a SaaS, no, yung SaaS library that is typically used for creating custom CSS. Now, when you can actually use motion UI intelligently, it can effectively improve the image of the brand tenfold by giving the user an ideal insight into the message of the brand. Furthermore, you can use Motion UI to improve the user experience design by using several elements to add to the simpler navigation and boost the overall website performance. I think that iPhone 14, if I'm not mistaken, looking into it, no? Because in the future, now web development is bound to change dramatically by performing all new technological measure at a necessary level. So in comparison to that, with the last few years, it is undeniable, no, that technological improvement seems to affect the development of website directly or even indirectly, no. So it is necessary for web developers to continuously update with the latest trends occurring all over the world that can enhance the user experience and bring better customer engagement and satisfaction. Again, sometimes, no, we need to consider the less demands for the PSD to XHTML, and at the same time the CSS conversion services. That's why in a university or a college or university, in the undergraduate program, they just simply try to make their student be good in the CSS. No, currently, web developers have tended to work more on niche jobs like software customization. And many developers who are responsible for charging a premium over PSD to HTML, no, shops will intend to shift their niche, and there will be a demand for this type of work. However, the demand for PSD to XHTML CSS conversion services will gradually decrease. No? And it is important, of course, also to understand the JavaScript, no? Because again, right now, JavaScript is used for developing Android mobile apps, no? And even dynamic website application. It has remained one of the most popular website development trends, no, in 2020 and even this 2021 and 2022. It is to strengthen with the advent of new framework and plentiful libraries, because again, JavaScript's higher adaptability for giving customized functions and is to use the made JavaScript frameworks become a preferred selection of web developers all over the world. No? So this trend will provide facilities developers to build clean and responsive website. In the coming years, no, JavaScript frameworks or platforms will promote web development. For the frameworks, a good framework is necessary for the perfect website. It plays an important part in the development environment. Although we cannot name the future of the web for the following years, web developers can create a unique framework actually. No? Now, the latest norm AMP, no, when we say AMP, that is accelerated mobile pages, accelerated mobile pages, no, yung AMP, no. The latest norm of accelerated mobile pages, okay, the responsive website design approach has become popular, no, I think since 2015. When Google has begun to give more importance to websites. So, as a report from Adobe in 2017, accelerated mobile pages or yung AMP took up about 7% of all web traffic for the for other country top publishers. So the design of it is to improve the performance of website content and ads. Now, in addition, it is also improves the speed of the website and user experience, and it can work seamlessly, no, and attract to use it. Thus, it is reliable that AMP will be one of the trends for the future of web development. I don't know if you've heard also the PWA PWAS, no, progressive web apps, no, or web applications. So when coming to comparison in the aspect of leveraging technological advancement between the best of mobile sites and native apps, no, progressive web apps or PWA seems to be a great concept based on the evolution of the internet and the adoption of HTML5. So with the support of PWAs, no, when it comes to mobile site, no, you can provide similar functionality and excellent user experience to native apps, no. The giant of the e-commerce industry, no, katulad ng Flipkart, has used PWA and witnessed a 70% to 80% increase in conversion, no? So we have also response animation idle load, no? Yung rail na tinatawag natin. We have also a single page application, no? Yung SPAS, and of course blockchain, no? Bitcoins have gained popularity since 2020. However, the story of blockchain technology has just begun. No? The technology is considered to bring radical changes to the web industry. Although blockchain is eliminating the necessity of intermediaries, it has offered a safe and secure online transaction. And this innovative technology has utilized standard data storage for supporting users to store data in various locations worldwide. So I think we need to thank blockchain technology, because banks and financial organizations can keep the data of customers safe with the support of algorithms. No, we have also the tracking users' behavior. No, we have text stocks and experience, not to consider the e-commerce development, mobile module creation and customization, mobile development, and so on and so forth. Okay, so I think that's it for again, when it comes to latest web development, we can consider of course 2022 will witness a lot of advancement in the field of web development, no? Again, as I mentioned, there are some trends that to shape how web experiences will be delivered in the future. So it is important to stay on top as an IT practitioner of these trends to provide your users with the best experience, improve your website ranking, and of course achieve new heights. No, embracing them can help you an edge over the competitors and grow your business. And even as a practitioner, no? So, of course, meron tayong natawag na benefits of responsive web design. We have dark mode, no? And what will be the benefits of dark mode in the web development, and a lot more, no? Again, we need to consider, no, as an IT practitioner, to be knowledgeable on how we'll be able to apply the web development in blockchain technology, progressive web apps, Internet of Things, accelerated mobile pages, no, voice search optimization, API first development, no, API powered chatbot, push notification actually is now part of the development or software development of the undergraduate program, no. And looking forward, actually, of course, with the master's degree, no, level. Even cybersecurity, no, dark mode, no, and augmented reality must also consider to for you to have at least, not necessarily an expert, no, but to have an idea that you could understand all this available, no, for the web development. Okay, thank you.